One Piece 2023 Part 3 once more had rebuffed him. Presently, the top of the base finds out that somebody has their marine base has taken the guide of the amazing line. Knowing this, the top of the marine base lashes out. Furthermore, presently he likewise arrives at this marine base. Presently, we are shown a Joker, who likewise a privateer. Furthermore, he additionally needed the guide of the Great Line. That is the reason he sent his kin behind Luffy to take that guide. Here Luffy, Nami and the fighter were pushing forward of the boat. Here cheerfully Nami opens the safe, from which they get the guide of the excellent line, seeing which they become exceptionally cheerful. Here Nami tells Luffy that and the fighter that the ocean of the world is arranged in 4 sections. What's more, the line of the land that is coming to the ocean, there is a line above it. What's more, it is known as the stupendous line. The fortune is there. So presently, we will go there to track down the fortune. They are simply talking. And they felt a development from an external perspective. Since really, the privateers of the Joker had gone after their boat. These privateers were overhead. They spared the gas of obviousness from that point. When the gas went inside individuals, they additionally become oblivious by smelling it. Prior to becoming oblivious here, Luffy had seen those privateers. That is the reason he immediately concealed the guide of the fabulous line in his mouth, after which they become oblivious. After that, when these 3 woke up, then they see that they have been detained in a major box, and every one of their things were taken by the privateers of the Joker. However, Luffy tells them not to stress. The guide of the Great Line is totally protected with me. Here is in my stomach. Presently, as the crate opens, then at that point, these 3 are on a feast, where the Joker and his partners were showing the show. The crowd here were detained by making them slaves. They were being compelled to applaud here. Presently, the commander of this comes here. When he sees him, Luffy perceives that he is a privateer. There is likewise a great deal of remuneration for it. Luffy tells the Jokers here, "See, very soon I will be the ruler of the privateer." On which the Joker says cheerfully, "Gracious, you will end up being the ruler of the privateers. Simply see, I will turn into. At the point when I will take the guide of the stupendous line, also I will get that fortune." Then in the wake of saying this, the Joker requests him for the guide from the fabulous line. However, at that point, the guile Nami comes in front. Also gets out, "Whatever would you say you are discussing the guide, do you be aware, we have more than a guide." Saying this, she takes Luffy's cap. Furthermore, throw it in the air. Presently, as everybody's consideration went up, she has an opportunity and takes off from here. Luffy extends his hand again to hold his cap. Presently seeing his flexible power, everyone individuals are exceptionally tense. Indeed, even the Joker. How would he do this? Presently, when Nami emerges from the bazaar, at the point when she sees that the Joker has annihilated their entire city, seeing the terrible state of the city, she was additionally thinking. That is the point at which the Joker public comes here and catch her. What's more, carry her to their head, the Joker. Then the Joker's public as the fighter and Nami. Furthermore, take them with them. Joker comes to Luffy. Also gets some information about the guide of the stupendous line. However, he doesn't let him know anything, in view of which the Joker flew off the handle. What's more, to rebuff Luffy, he limits his option and legs. However, by pulling them, he extends them longer, since he felt that doing this would hurt Luffy. Be that as it may, Luffy was chuckling, all things being equal, since he was not in termite but rather he was getting a charge out of. Presently, when the Joker comes to Luffy, then he remembers him by his cap. That is the reason the cap of the privateer legend. Then here the Joker tells him that when I was your age, then me and the pilot legend used to be in a similar group. In any case, he additionally deceived me. Presently, to take the guide of the Luffy, the Joker takes action here. He gets the child in front of him. What's more, says that on the off chance that you don't give the guide, then at that point I will kill him. Saying this, Luffy lashes out. What's more, some way or another he gets himself delivered. Also here he utilizes exceptional move. That is, he extends his arm. What's more, makes a major punch. What's more, rises a rockets around town on the face. What breaks his head? What's more, splits from the body and falls far away. Be that as it may, shockingly even the wake of breaking his head, the Joker was not dead, yet alive. His cut-off head was talking and chuckling. What's more, the body was likewise taking care of its responsibilities. And afterward, his head returns once more, also gets connected to the body. Seeing this, Luffy gets exceptionally shocked. Then at that point, the Joker tells him that, like you as I will, had eaten the exceptional shot of natural product. So then at that point, I got this power. That is, I can cut my body into pieces. Furthermore, can likewise join once more. Presently, the Joker remains there, isolates his hand. Furthermore, sends his hand to Luffy. He breaks the oblivious gas once more, by which Luffy additionally becomes oblivious. There Nami and the fighter were presently detained. Yet here, Nami had the way to open the lock. With the assistance of this, he begins opening the lock. However, at that point, here a friend of the Joker came. He comes to the fighter and says that you had beaten exceptionally my sibling and my king gravely. What's more, today I will get payback of that thing. I will likewise beat you similarly. Presently, the fighter was attached to something around like a wheel, by which the Joker he beats that man. Furthermore, with the assistance of blades, he over and over focused on him. Be that as it may, he was a fizzle tamer. Also, none of his pointing appeared to be acceptable. In the interim, Nami opens the lock, also comes out rapidly. She kicks his man of the Joker and tosses him toward the fighter. The fighter rapidly gets him with his arm. Nami opens the ropes of the fighter. At the point when he is free, he beats that man. What's more, makes him oblivious. What's more, the two of them emerge from here. Presently, the top of the marine base had likewise come here. Here, the marine chief meets the top of the marine base with the goal that he can trap the detainee. Says it was my child's error, on account of which privateer, that is Luffy, he took the guide of the terrific line. What's more, took off from here. Another main official saved my child by saying that he makes him meet the detainee, the top of the main base. At the point when he sees the detainee, he gets dubious that he is apprehensive, so definitely he is likewise with Luffy. So he calls him to meet him alone. Presently, when the detainee went to meet him, then at that point, the top of the main base tells him, tell me, since when are you working with those privateers? Since I have known all reality, I am certain. Here the top of base additionally says that whenever you are seen with Luffy, so presently whatever is reality, tell me rapidly. Hearing this, the detainee got extremely envious. Furthermore, he comes clean with all to the top of the marine base. Says that Luffy had helped me to free me from my chief. Then he and I took off from that boat and come here. After which he left, yet I remained here. Since I needed to turn into a marine official. Presently, the head understands that he is coming clean. So he incorporates the detainee alongside him, so they can get Luffy together. There the Joker got Luffy and placed him in a tank. At the point when he recovers cognizance, he regards himself as here and gets exceptionally stressed. Since in this tank, the ocean water was streaming step by step. Furthermore, in light of the ocean water, Luffy cannot utilize his power here, since he was becoming powerless here. Then at that point, the Joker additionally came here. What's more, he again requests the amazing line. However, Luffy doesn't give him. Along this line, the Joker lashed out. What's more, he speeded up the water in the tank. Presently, the ocean water come there rapidly. What's more, began falling on Luffy. Presently, we are shown Luffy's young life scene once more, where around then he was extremely miserable. At the point when the privateer legend let him be and went. After his takeoff, one more privateer came here, who was extremely awful. When he comes, he gets Luffy and begins beating him, begins alarming him. Be that as it may, right of now, the privateer legends came here and once more. At the point when he saw that these individuals are dealing with Luffy like this, then he killed every one of the partner of the privateer individual. Yet by then that awful privateer took Luffy, put him in the boat and come to the ocean. However, at that point, an exceptionally enormous ocean beast comes here. What's more, goes after his boat, on account of which his boat flipped around. Also, the two of them go to the ocean and fall. Due to suffocating, that awful privateer passes on there. Before Luffy suffocates in the water and hits the bucket, here the privateer legend comes and saves his life. After this, that ocean beast comes up again to go after them. He opened his loud mouth. What's more, was going to eat Luffy. That is the point at which the privateer legend comes and saves him. When the beast shut his mouth, the privateer legend gazes into the beast's eye. This terrified the beast dead on. Furthermore, takes off from that point. Yet Luffy sees that beast has eaten one arm of the privateer legend, which hurt little Luffy a great deal. So presently here Luffy understood that truly I am as yet a kid. I am not deserving of being a privateer. Right now, the courageous privateer was nearly leaving from this spot. Prior to leaving, he gives his cap to Luffy, which was his last memory to Luffy. Which is right now, Joker was destroyed before Luffy. In any case, he would do nothing to save his cap. Since by feeling water, he was suffocating in the tank. But since of this, he was exceptionally furious. Meanwhile, here Nami and the fighter additionally came. Nami rises a ruckus around town by rising a ruckus around town. The link to part 1 to 5 are available in the video description, in the screen, and by clicking the I button for part 4.